Hello everybody, welcome back to Compass and Layouts. Today we're going to be doing a Y branch. So we'll be working with 3-inch diameter all the way around, like so. And we'll be giving it two 45-degree branches. And by the time we get done with this video, we'll be producing two patterns. So one pattern for the base, which is going to be from here. And then one of these patterns is going to be for the branches. But since they're evenly distributed out, you just need to duplicate this once or 2 times to make your 2 branches here. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and make 90 degree, so we can start off by making 3 inches. So I want to go 3 inches of height from here to the center. So I'm going to go ahead and do a 90 degree at 3 inches. Okay, let me go ahead and mark 3 inches. So 1, 2, 3. Put my sharp point where the vertical and horizontal lines meet on the 90 degree. And I'm going to basically just transfer this to the vertical line. Okay. Strike a light arc there. Strike a light arc there, and there's my 3x3. Okay, let's go ahead and throw a dividing vertical line going across, like so. So 3 inches divided by 2 is 1.5, which is right here. Same thing on my top. 3 inches divided by 2 is 1.5. Alright. Now we're going to go ahead and through the line. I'm going to go up, just a random line like so. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and make a quarter circle of this 3 inch. So let me get that going. Okay, that's pretty close. Let me see. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use that, and I want to go ahead and make a quarter circle, and that broke. Okay, now in the same position that you have it right here, go ahead and make 2 more arcs to make a total of 3 pies. So you're going to keep it like so, put your sharp point right here, strike an arc there. Put your sharp point here now and strike an arc. Okay, we'll deal with that later. That'll come into play later on. Okay, same position. Go ahead and make an entire complete circle right here at the middle point. So I'm going to put my compass there. I'm going to kind of match it up, make sure everything's kind of even, and go ahead and make our circle. Nice and dark, so you guys can see it. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and make it at 45 degrees going left and right. You can make it at any degree that you want, but just for the sake of this video on making it quick, I'm just going to go ahead and make a 45 degree. So in order to do that, since we already have 4 pies here, I'm just going to simply divide this 9 degree in half, and I'll find my 45 degree. So I'm going to have to strike an arc here, put it there, strike an arc there, and I'm going to go ahead now and line up this center circle to the intersecting arcs right there. It's pretty close, and I'm going to take it up. So that's a 45-degree line. So that's going to be the center of this, from here to here. Okay, now since this is at a 45-degree, you see this horizontal line right here. What I want to do is take this line and switch it like this, also at a 45-degree. So I'm going to go ahead and use these pies here and divide it in half to find our imaginary line right here. So what I'll do is go ahead and strike some random arcs on the outside right here. Do another one right here. Boom. Now do the same thing here. Strike a random arc there and do the same thing on this side. Boom. Okay, so now what you do is line up this intersecting arc to that, and basically to the center of the circle. So you're going to line it up to that right there, and then you're going to do a mark right here and a mark right here. So now you have a 45-degree mark right here on this circle, going this way, going that way. Okay, now I'm going to make the branch at 5.5 inches in length, and what I mean by that is from the center of the joint to the outer end of the branch. So I'm going to make it at 5.5 inches in length, like so. And so what I'll do is I'll count from here, from the center of the circle out to the right, 5.5 inches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. Okay, so now what I want to do is the same position that I have this to make this circle. I want to go ahead and also make another circle here. So I'm going to put my sharp point right here in the center and then make a circle. Alright, okay, now back to this. The same position that you have this, you're going to go ahead and make a total of 4 marks right here. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like you did here, 1, 2. You're going to go 1, 2, and then 1, 2. So same position, you're going to put your sharp point here, and then strike a mark right there. Put a sharp point here, and strike a mark right there. Do the same thing right here in the center. Strike an arc right there, go around, strike an arc there. Okay, so now what we want to do is mirror this position at 45-degree. These marks right here, we want to do the same thing here, going this way. So first what we need to do is find our 45-degree angle like this, but right here. So what we do is we're going to get our compass and strike arcs like we did here, right here, so we can find our 45-degree. So we're going to do a random arc on both sides, like so. Let's see, like that. Put sharp point here now. Strike an arc, intersect that one. Okay. So now we want to line up this to that, and it should be pretty centered to the middle of the circle. Okay, that's pretty much centered. So now you're going to go ahead and make a complete line like so. Okay, now that you were able to make this 45-degree line, now we're able to go ahead and duplicate these arcs, these 4, right here as well. So same position that you have this compass to make your circle. You're going to keep it in the same spot and put your sharp point right here. Strike an arc there. Do the same thing here. And strike an arc there. Okay, same position. Put it right here now. Strike an arc there. Go back here. Strike an arc there. Alright. All right, next step. What we want to do now is we're going to go and start joining lines across on this 45-degree angle. So what you're going to do is you're going to connect this line to here. So you're going to line up your ruler like so, and then line it up to that. So both sides of the circle, and you're going to take it all the way down like so. See that? Okay, so if you noticed, you've now created a joint. That point right here is this right here. See that? Okay, so now that you made that, now what you want to do is connect this joint to the center of the circle. So we're going to go ahead and put our pencil point here and get it to the center of the circle, and you're going to take it across like so. Okay, now really quick before we begin on making the rest of the lines, I want to make sure that you guys understand that now you have created what I call a dividing borderline, which is this line right here, like that, going across towards the joint. And why that's important to know, somewhat important, is so that you understand that now you made a dividing borderline that separate the two pieces to make the Y pipe. So basically, this border right here separates the base, which is here, to the branch right here. And once we start making these lines, it'll make sense and you'll understand why this is important to kind of take notice right here. So, okay, let's go ahead and start joining lines. So this is really easy. So start with this arc right here. You're going to hook up this arc to that arc right there. Okay, so put your pencil point there, get your ruler, line it up as much as you can, make sure that's kind of parallel to this line. Now put your pencil point here on this line, and then take it all the way down to the dividing border line, which is here. See that? I didn't go past it, I just went through here, or up to this point. Okay, same thing on this spot. Put your pencil point to that mark, or that arc right there, line it up to that one. Get your ruler, get it nice and straight as much as possible, and make sure it's kind of parallel to this one. Now put your pencil point here, and you're going to bring it all the way to the dividing border line. So take it down like so. Easy, right? Same thing, go ahead and do the same thing here to that, and you're going to go up to this point. So get our pencil, line it up to that arc, make sure it's nice and parallel to this one. And then you put your pencil point right here and do a line all the way touching the dividing border line. Okay, next, same thing with this one up to here. You're going to line it up, but you're only going to go up to this point here. Put your pencil point right there, line up your ruler to the other arc right here. Get it nice and straight, make sure it's parallel to this one. Put your pencil point here and now strike a mark or a line, and only go up to the dividing border line that's going vertical up to this point. See that? Okay, and then the last one, you're going to line up this end of the circle to this end right here as well. So put your pencil point there. You're going to line it up to that point right there. Make sure it's nice and parallel to the next one next to it. And then go ahead and make your line up to the dividing border line. And there it is. Pretty neat, right? Okay, now the last step to finish this off, kind of almost, is you're going to do the same thing like what we did here. Now you're going to go up this way. You're just going to concentrate on these two right here. So this was pretty simple. So just go ahead and put your pencil point here, and you're going to line it up to this line right here. So you're going to position your ruler up to that point, nice and straight, and go ahead and make your line. Connect that line right there. See that? You're going to do the same thing from here all the way up to this point right there. Okay, so put your pencil point at this arc, get your ruler and line it up to the other arc or the line next to it, or here on the top on the dividing border line, and then join that line like so. Easy, right? Pretty simple. Okay, Let's go ahead and number these. That's going to be very important when we start doing our grid. So we can erase this portion right here so you guys can see the numbers. Let's see. So do that. And then maybe erase this. We don't need this anymore. Okay, so let's go ahead and number these. You're going to start off with 1. So this will be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now on this side, you're going to go 1 through 7. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Alright, easy. Okay, now the next thing that we want to do is we want to go ahead and start making our grid here. So now that we have all this information on here, now we're going to go ahead and make our grid so we can transfer it over to here. So since we said we're going to be working with 3-inch diameter, we're going to figure out the pi. And so we're going to take our calculator and we're going to go 3 inches times 3.14, which is the pi, equals 9 7/16. So what that's telling you is the total length from this point all the way around closed loop is 9 7/16 long. So that's what we're going to make here. We're going to make a grid that's 9 7/16 in length. Wow, I'm not sure why I'm having a hard time pronouncing that. Okay, so let's go ahead and start doing that. Okay, so let's go ahead and make our length at 9 7/16. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna go ahead and take it up to 10, and then I'll erase it down to 9 7/16. So this is just a random line, but remember our length is 9 7/16. Now, as far as the height, this is how I do it. Now remember, we have a base right here, and then this is a branch. This dividing borderline separates both of these. So the way I figure out the height on making the grid is you take the highest length line for each base and the branch. So this is what I mean. On the base side, look at 1 through 4. The longest line is 4. See that? 4 is longer than 1. So from here to here is 3 inches. Okay, and then I do the same thing from here. From here on the branch side, numbers 1 through 7, the longest line out of all these is 4 as well. So that's, what is that? Yeah, well, that's 5.5 inches, obviously, because that's what I wanted to make the length. So what I do is I do this. So that's 3 inches, and then I flip it over like so, and that's at 8.5. I don't know if you guys can see that. So what I do is whatever that total length is, I add 1 inch more as well. So instead of 8.5, I want to go ahead and make it at 9.5 inches in height. So right around there. Alright, there you go. So now let's go ahead and get our measurements down. So we said our length was 9 7/16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 7/16. And then our height was 9 inches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or rather 9.5. That's what it was, not 9 inches. So there you go. Okay, let's go ahead and finish our grid. So I'm going to put my sharp point here and open up my pencil point to the 9 7/16 mark. I'm going to lock it in place like so. Okay, I'm going to put my sharp point here, and I'm going to swing it over and do a light arc like so. Okay, now I'm going to go and get the height, which was 9 inches, and then open it up to that 9-inch mark, or 9.5-inch mark. We're going to lock it in place like so. Put my sharp point here, and we're going to strike an arc. And now you found the other corner of this, which is right here. So we're going to go ahead and make our grid. The same thing on this side. It's pretty close. Alright, okay, next step. We need to make a total of 13 vertical lines, including the outer lines right here. But what we want to do first is make a dividing line, because what we're going to be doing is using this grid to lay out 2 patterns within this grid. One portion will be for the branch side, and then the other portion right here will be for the base side right here. Alright, so since this is 3 inches, I'm going to go ahead and make it at 3.5 inches. So I want to give it a 1/2 inch length more, just so that you have enough space to fit the base pattern. So 1, 2, 3.5. We're going to do the same thing here. 1, 2, 3.5. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and make our dividing line, our horizontal line. Alright, now next step. Now we want to go ahead and start making our 13 lines. So there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 13. So I'm going to go ahead and start by dividing this grid so we can find our center line right here. So I'm going to strike an arc there, strike an arc there, a random arc, intersect that arc, and go back down here, intersect that arc. Okay, now you found your center. So I'm going to line this up to that best I can, and then make a line. Okay, perfect. Okay, now we want to go ahead and divide these two right here. So same step. You can open up your compass to whatever length, just as long as they can fit, they can intersect each other. And then strike an arc there, strike an arc here, put it in the center, strike an arc here, go down here, swing it over, strike an arc there, here, put our sharp point here now. Boom, boom. Okay, so same step. Line up the intersecting arcs to the one above as best as you can. Put your sharp point here and then take it up. Same thing on this. Sharp point here, line it up to the other intersecting arc above, and take it up. Alright, nice. It's looking good, looking good. Okay, now what we want to do is we need to make 2 more lines right here. 2, 4, 6, 8. So a total of 8 more lines. So what we're going to do is take this half moon circle, the 3-inch diameter, and we're just going to measure these separating points just to kind of confirm that they're kind of even. I think my pencil point broke on that end, so let me use this one. So let's try it again. Gonna lock it in place. Let's see if they match. Pretty close. Okay, so what we're gonna do is gonna put our sharp point here, and we're gonna strike an arc. Put it here now. Strike a mark there. We're gonna swing it over. The same thing here. Put it here now. Swing it over. Sharp point here. swing it over, sharp point here, and you guys get the point, right? Alright, so now let's go ahead and make our 13 lines. So all we want to do is take up these lines up to here. Alright, now let's go ahead and number these. Let's go ahead and take this horizontal line and erase just underneath it, because we're going to be putting numbers right underneath. Okay. Alright, so let's start off with this. We're going to go number this as 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, do the same thing here, but on this side we're going to go from 7 to 1, then go up to 7 again. So we're going to go 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then go up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Alright, now let's go ahead and start having some fun. Alright, so now we have all this information. Now we're going to go ahead and transfer this onto here. So let's go ahead and start off with the base. So this portion right here, from here down is for the base, and from here up is for the branch. So let's start with the base. So put your sharp point on 1, and then open up your pencil point to the dividing borderline of 1, and lock it in place like so. Okay, put your sharp point on 1 and 1. So 1 and 1. Okay, next 2, put your sharp point on 2, open up your pencil point to the dividing borderline of 2, and lock it in place like so. See that? Okay, put your sharp point on 2, 2, 2, and 2. So 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, 3. Put your sharp point on 3. Open up your pencil point to the dividing borderline of 3. We're going to lock it in place like so. See that? Okay, put your sharp point on 3, 3, 3, and 3. So boom, 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 boom. Okay, last one. 4. Put your sharp point on 4. Open up your pencil point to the dividing borderline. In this case, now the center of the circle, or the 3-inch circle. I'm going to lock it in place like so. Put your sharp point on 4, 4, and 4. So 4, 4, and 4. Nice. So now we've created this right here. And it should match pretty close. See that? Easy, right? Pretty easy. All right, let's go ahead and finish off. Let's go ahead and start finishing off the branch, which is going to be right here on this portion. So go ahead and start with 1. So here's 1. Put your sharp point on the dividing borderline of 1 and open up your pencil point to number 1. Then I'll lock it in place like so. See that? Okay. Put sharp point on 1 and strike an arc right there. Okay. Next one, 2. Put sharp point on the dividing borderline of 2. Open up your pencil point to number 2. And I'll lock it in place like so. See that? Put sharp point on 2 and 2. So 2, 2. Okay, next one, 3. Put sharp point on the dividing borderline of 3. Open up your pencil point to number 3. I'm gonna lock it in place like so. See that? Put sharp point on 3 and 3. So we're gonna go 3 and 3. Okay, next one, 4. Put your sharp point on the dividing borderline of 4. Open up your pencil point to number 4. We're gonna lock it in place like so. Okay, put sharp point on 4 and 4. So 4, 4. Okay, next 5. Put your sharp point on the dividing borderline of 5. Open up your pencil point to number 5. I'm gonna lock it in place like so. See that? Put sharp point now on 5 and 5. So 5 and 5. Okay, next one, 6. Put your sharp point on the dividing borderline of 6. Open up your pencil point to number 6. I'm gonna lock it in place like so. Put your sharp point now on 6 and 6. 6 and 6. Okay, last one, 7. Put your sharp point on the dividing borderline of 7. Open up your pencil point to number 7. I'm gonna lock it in place like so. See that? Okay, put your sharp point on 7 and 7. Strike arc above 7 and 7. And there you go. And we were able now to produce this. Hopefully it matches. And there it is. Pretty close, right? What do you guys think? Easy, right? So let me just kind of go over this really quick. So for the base portion, this goes like this. Starts off right here. We're gonna wrap it around, and it looks like this. See if I can hold it nice and steady for you guys. So see that? Pretty cool, right? Okay, and then for the branch side, this goes like this. So let me go ahead and wrap it. See if I can get it nice and steady for you guys. So see that? Like so. Pretty cool. So yeah, that's how it looks like. So it looks like this. This is pretty neat because I like the way this is split, because if you look down the middle, I don't know if you guys can really see it, but it's got a nice dividing like split, like a nice sharp edge right down the middle. Let me see if I can focus it for you guys, but see how it's got a nice sharp edge? I mean, you really can't tell, but it's nice to know that whatever's flowing through here, it'll evenly split out left and right to make it look pretty, flow evenly. Alright, so that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys like this video, and if you find value in it, you know, and you think that someone can use this lesson, you know, go ahead and share it, and let's get more people to, you know, learn how to do this stuff, so that we can up our game and do things on our own, and you know, benefit us at our work as well. So anyways, hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.